What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are going over Solana, as many people are starting to ask the question, is Solana going to recover from this? Is there a future for Solana, or is this, pretty much their demise? So let's kind of talk about first and foremost what's happening and why I believe what's happening could be possibly good for the long term under the right conditions. So what we're seeing right now, again, is that FTX and Alameda Research are going bankrupt. Considering the fact that Alameda Research holds 10% of Solana's total token supply, we can go ahead and assume that when you combine that with the billions of dollars of tokens that will be unlocked over the course of today and, tomorrow, likelihood is we're probably going to see that mass flooding of tokens onto the market in a time in which supply is going up and demand is going down. Typically, prices go down. So I would still assume that we are going to see the prices continue to fall. Although the degens might just jump in, we could see some type of short squeeze that kind of counters that a little bit. I would still just assume prices are going to fall before I would assume they're going to go up. But with that said, this still could be beneficial for the long term of Solana because of the fact that a major point of criticism for Solana has been the fact that they are so centralized in terms of token supply. They raised a lot of money. They had a lot of VCs, a lot of venture capitalists. They had a lot of people that held too big of pieces of the pie. And now that we're starting to see some of these VCs go under, or something like Alameda go under, it highlights and makes people realize that that is dangerous. It's not good to put your investors at risk by letting people hold such a strong amount of the total supply just because you're trying to raise money. And if Solana learns this lesson, if this is a moment in which we can flush out some of those VCs, kind of reset on this total token supply with all of these tokens being released, and enter into a new time period in which the token supply specifically is more decentralized, we very well could be in a position for Solana to see growth into the future, but it's all going to depend on how do they go forward. If, they start struggling and start raising a bunch of money again, then we're going to be back in a similar position. This is a message, and this is also an example for all of you project developers out there. Do not do this, right? You got to make sure that your token supply isn't in the hands of other people to this extent. Because if they go under, you are putting your own investors who have dedicated their time, their support, and their money to your project and to your company for the development of your future. So don't risk their future because of it, okay? Now, going forward, if this is the capability, right? If they are able to see a bit of a reset with the token supply, flush out some of these VCs, and get a hard reset, I think that there is potential for them to have a future. Again, I am expecting in the short term the price to continue downward. I don't know where it could go down to. People have to understand that things don't just go straight down unless it's like a fundamental technical token problem like Luna. It's more of the idea that, there's going to be the short squeeze that comes in. The degens are going to come in and pump it 20% for no reason. All of those balances and battles are going to start to happen, especially the further away from yesterday we get. And so for that reason, it all comes down to what does Solana do from here? Well, what we know is that Solana is still fundamentally building up their use case and their strength, and it's hard to take that away from them, right? You can see them doing things such as this, in which they announced that there are 10 hacker houses coming in 2023 in places like Istanbul and Austin and Mumbai, and all of these places which will help the overall development of these developers and people building on chain, which is of course very important for their future. We can see some stats. They've gotten 3,600 nodes, 2,100 validators, which definitely needs to be more, but it is better than some. We have 30 Nakamoto coefficients. There are 230 unique data centers with staked validators in 33 countries and 9% largest shares of stake in a single data center. And so what you can see here is that they are still working in increasing their validator network and increasing their decentralization, which is again another major point of criticism. You can see that activity is still extremely high. There are over 11.5 million active accounts as of October of 2022, and over 1.7 million active fee payers as of October 2022. The other thing that I love to see is the fact that we are finally seeing their network performance being improved. Everyone criticizes Solana because their network kind of sucks, which it kind of does suck, but they are working towards that, right? We're seeing block times generally decreasing. We're seeing throughput times generally increasing. And so for that reason, it is very important to see that the fundamentals of Solana are getting stronger. And this could be a situation in which we could finally see the major point of criticisms being flushed down the toilet with the price. Now, we can also see things for the future, such as the devs on Solana. This is what I like to see. look how we are seeing this massive amount of growth from August to December to November of devs on Solana, or just daily unique programs going up substantially, even in a bear market. Whenever you see this type of growth and development happening behind the scenes, it is a fantastic thing to see because it allows them to see growth into the future, and it's not going to, be a situation in which they're like, well, our price is down, guess we can't do anything. No, they're still in a position where they can grow, but this is going to have to just be a major learning moment for them in order to continue. Some people hate Solana, some people love Solana, but one thing you can't take away from Solana is what they've been able to do in just like 3 or 4 years is impressive. And I think that, again, if they can use this as a stepping stone and regain investor trust once we finally flush out all of as many VCs as possible, they could be in a position to see further growth into the future, maybe even similar to when we saw ETH fall below $80 or around $80 to $90 back a couple years ago. Could this be their moment? I don't know. But if they take advantage of it and continue developing and building their use case utility and overall optimization of their network, they could be in a position to do so. So with that said, as this does continue to play out, again, I am still expecting the short term to be quite grim, but over the long term, I still think there could be potential, and I will continue to update you guys as it does play out. If you do enjoy these type of videos, please do let me know. I do like doing technical analysis, but in times like these, technical analysis does not really matter that much. It's more about understanding what's going on in the bigger picture, and if you like these bigger picture videos, you can always let me know easily and simply by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all next time. Peace.